You've probably watched a few of my videos and are thinking, but her skin looks fine. Before you start throwing shade and calling out first world problems, let me share with you my acne and scar journey. Let's dial it back a bit to the wee age of about 5 or 6. My relationship with skin started early in elementary school. What is that? Some kid would ask me on the playground. A keloid? A chickenpox scar, I would say. They were too little to understand most of the time what that meant. It just looked weird. No one else had it. I am nearly 30. I am a grown-ass woman, and I still struggle with hormonal and cystic acne. Growing up, skincare was mainly either something containing salicylic acid, which my skin hates, and it makes it even worse, and looks like a major volcanic eruption, to heavy abrasive products that actually harm your skin, cough cough, St. Ives, to pore strips, which are always super fun, but only a temporary cure at best if you have moderate to severe acne. It was the dark age of skincare. After many trips to different dermatologists later and being prescribed actually, and I mean actually, nearly every form of topical and oral treatment short of Accutane, my skin still flares up from time to time with a full body breakout, face, body, elbows, between the elbows, knees, you name it. If there's a nook and cranny, it will break out. I went back to a dermatologist a few years ago to see if there were any new products on the market. As I figure quite a few years have passed, it's been a while, but nothing had updated other than my own understanding of what triggers my own acne. Stress, sensitivity to ingredients and scents, any level of peanuts, sugar, gluten, and an overload of dairy, though I love cheese, so I don't really want to cut it out. Being near to my period. On most days, it feels like my skin has a vendetta to be minimally, if not completely, unresponsive to nearly every acne treatment. My acne is definitely genetic. My mom, my beautiful mom, suffered from severe acne in her teens to around her early 30s. So I learned pretty early that I am doomed as well. My mom is the best. She prepped me well. Her first piece of advice: food can cause acne. Yes, food can cause acne. Multiple dermatologists and news sources at that time all claimed that statement was a myth, a falsehood. Food has no link to causing acne. Could they actually be any less correct? As a teenager, I actually heeded her advice. Yes, I listened, and I tapped into my own research of counterculture skincare, which included only eating low glycemic food so that it wouldn't trigger breakouts. It also sparked my health journey into vegetarianism, pescatarianism, and a whole slew of homemade yogurt, gelatin, turmeric, ginger, honey, tea bags, you name it. I tried everything but the kitchen sink face masks. I luckily maintained a healthy relationship with food and never ventured into orthorexia, a more recently classified eating disorder characterized by an unhealthy relationship with clean eating. Later, in adulthood, when that food versus acne falsehood was debunked, other women, not my friends, definitely not my friends, would try to attribute my acne to my lack of knowledge about diet. I would give them a polite run through of my turbulent past history and relationship with my skin. I was strict, if not even militant, in high school. While they were spraying their bodies with Bath and Body Works or the Body Shop, I was wading through the limited land of fragrance-free or minimally fragrant hair and body products, detergent, and eating only what they now eat, thanks to society finally accepting that food, yes, food, does cause acne. My high school diet had become trendy. That was enough proof in the pudding for me. Fast forward to college, I was on birth control, and so my breakouts mellowed out. Fast forward again to after college. My skin was having its ups and downs due to ever-increasing work stress. That stress was manifesting all over my body in different ways, including back pain, chest pain, weight gain, weight retention, and a cyst. I was basically the perfect example of those drug commercials where they list you all those side effects. During this period of time, my skin and body confidence plummeted. I hated seeing myself in photos, so I didn't take any selfies. On most days, I still felt like that teenager, alone in my struggle, and thought that there would never be clear skin in sight. And I still feel that way when my acne hits its full eruption cycles. 3 years ago, I woke up one morning with my body all swollen and a scary, fresh cyst on my neck. I took antibiotics, it didn't respond at all, so I had to get it surgically removed. The test luckily came back as benign, and after my operation, I did everything I could in terms of scar treatment, fully knowing that I had a prior history of keloids that took over 6 years to really flatten and disappear. But even with my best efforts, the new wound turned into a hard, angry keloid. So now, not only did I not feel pretty on my worst breakout days, and also just really sluggish and overweight from working overtime all the time, I also had what I considered to be an ugly, scar-infested neck. I tried silicone stickers, scar creams, Prid, supplements, homeopathic treatments. I wanted a fast fix, but nothing works that fast. I ended up crying nearly every time I saw my scar in the mirror for the first few months. I really didn't want to wait another 6 years for it to disappear. 3 years later, and the keloid's finally starting to flatten. The cut seam is starting to disappear. But just when I think it's nearly approaching the flat phase, where it's just will disappear for good and giving back my neck, my original neck, the area likes to break out all over again and undo any of its healing. Case example, it broke out last night. It took the passing of 2 grandparents for me to realize that life is very short. It took a pandemic for me to realize just how lucky and fortunate I am to still be alive and healthy in 2021. If I had passed away in 2020, what would my acne and scar insecurities have amounted to? It felt like more than ever, I should turn my scars into my strengths and tap into a community who might be at an earlier, if not the same stage of their acne and scar journey as I am. I just want to say to you all that you are not alone. Your acne and scars do not define you. You are beautiful and worthy of respect, life, and love. So live life fully. Don't let those acne or scars get in the way. People will try to belittle you, but just bat them aside. Every cloud has a silver lining. Acne got me interested in food and cooking. I'm sure thanks to acne, it's also influenced your other interests and hobbies of yours as well. My mom, thanks to her oily skin, has always looked a good 10 to 15 years younger than her age. So I'm hoping that silver lining continues to me as well. Thanks for listening. Bye-bye.